Hey guys, I am so sorry. I have no idea how it happened, but I was added about 5 times in StreamYard and I couldn't get myself off the screen. So I didn't know if it was going to work or not. So I thought, oh, I'll have to reset. So I had to reset the whole computer. Anyway, it looks like few of you given up. I'm sorry about that tonight, guys. First things first, let's check out what today is, because it's not just a live show, it's also National Ambrosia Day, a National Dingaling Day, whatever that is. It's also Gingerbread House Day, the third Sunday in Advent, and Independence Day in Burkina Faso. So if you're from there, happy Independence Day. Obviously, always want to thank my wonderful patrons, Grumpy Mike, Ian Wood, James Mears, Dan O'Sullivan, Brad Guitar Miller, The Big G, Gary Tholander, and my axe, Jake Leigh Guitar, Yvan Shank, Stephen Shipman, Grandpa Joe, Dennis Pointer, Mike Hurley, The Lamb, Daz Ironworker, CJ, who's going to feature tonight, and Pete Brown. You guys really do rock. Thank you so much for all your support. So, what have we got coming up tonight? Let me tell you, I'm going to have to look and check. I have got CJ doing a piece for us, and you're really going to enjoy this because it's not just a great little guitar piece from one of my patrons and done really well, but it also comes with a message for the community, and it's a beautiful message and you will like that. We're going to talk about why the Foo Fighters didn't close the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix tonight. We're also going to talk one more time, I promise, one more time about Paul McCartney and his management technique. And also we've got a tribute, which I would like to start with, to Mike Nesmith, or Micheal Nesmith, I should say, who sadly passed away yesterday, but we will get to that in just one moment. I want to say a big hello to everybody that's in. So let me pop back up to the top and see who we have got. First in, as ever, was Trevor Locke. Great to see you, man. Really good to see you in. Yeah, R.I.P. Mike Nesmith. I'll try and say that properly. We've got Terry Tickler. We got Lucas Sinkovec. Managed it. We've got Chris Horn. We've got Ogie Raising. We've got Dennis. Hey, man, good to see you. We've got the Bam Mozzie, of course, my absolute brilliant moderator. We have got Mark Dalton. Hey, Mark, good to see you in. We've got Scott Guitars. Dan, nice to see you. We've got Rah. We have got Dave Lewis. Hey, Dave, how are you? Glad you're well. We got Phil. Great to see you in as well, Phil. We've got Johnny. Here's Johnny from the Budget Guitar Show. We have got Tall Thin Kev. Hey, man, nice to see you as well. We got Paul Rollins. Nice to see you. Patrick Becker. BC Rich 581. Let me see. You're all talking to each other. Quentin. Oh, Quentin, you're not going to be happy because it's not water tonight. It's a cup of tea. A cup of tea? Yeah, it's getting a bit cold here in the UK. I will have a little slosh. Yep, not even alcohol free tonight. It is a cup of tea, but there we go. Papa Blue, good to see you in. Easton Ray, Weedy Guitar Studio, great to see you. Jake Lee, hey man. Oh wow. I every time I see you in the chat, I think about our little session here, and it was so good to meet you, man. Daz, Ironworker, guitars. It's still there. It is still there. And I am going to make a couple more tracks with it if that's okay with you. And then I promise to send it back. I won't steal it. I'm not creative. Hey, good to see you as well. Adam D, Croc66, Albus, Aaron, love you, brother. Love you, man. Grumpy Mike Guitar, yay, he's in. Good to see you. Unfortunately, I can't stick around. I've got family stuff happening. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, man. But lovely to see you in. Hugh Caldwell as well. Anthony Bazell. Fret Level Midnight. Ellen M. Guitar Corner. Sean Hockey. Jeff Rock. Boom. I think I've just about covered everybody there. Well, I hope you're all doing really well. And we're going to start off tonight by a little tribute to the late and great Micheal Nesmith.
And guitarist Micheal Nesmith has died at the age of 78. Nesmith wrote some of the band's most enduring tracks, such as The Girl I Knew Somewhere, Good Clean Fun and Listen to the Band. Nesmith's family said in a statement, "With infinite love we announce that Micheal Nesmith has passed away this morning in his home, surrounded by family, peacefully and of natural causes. We ask that you respect our privacy at this time and we thank you for the love and light that all of you have shown him and us." Last month, the band wrapped up a farewell tour that Nesmith took part in. Their manager, Andrew Sandoval, wrote in a statement, "That tour was a true blessing for so many. And in the end, I know that Micheal was at peace with his legacy, which included songwriting, producing, acting, direction and so many innovative ideas and concepts. I am positive the brilliance he captured will resonate and offer the love and light towards which he always moved." Nesmith successfully auditioned for the TV sitcom The Monkees in 1965. The anarchic show portrayed a band trying to make it as America's answer to the Beatles, with the band releasing music alongside the program. Their initial success came from songs such as I'm a Believer and Daydream Believer. However, with the growing success of the show and the band, Nesmith grew dissatisfied with how little control they had over their music. In 1967, he led the charge against producer Don Kirshner, ousting him and allowing the Monkees more say over their musical direction. Their third album, Headquarters, would feature the Monkees' songwriting and instrumental performances much more heavily. The Monkees split in 1970. Following their dissolution, he formed the country rock group The First National Band. They released 3 albums between 1970 and 1971. A process made easier due to Nesmith's sizable catalog of unused songs. Despite some moderate success with the single Joanne, the band also split in 1971 after their last album failed to chart. As a solo artist, Nesmith's discography includes 13 studio albums, many of which have an eclectic musical approach or an overarching concept. His most recent studio album was The Ocean, released in 2015. He rejoined a reformed Monkees permanently in 2012, after participating in their 1996 album Justice and a short UK tour. The Monkees' farewell tour began earlier this year, with the band playing their final show at the Greek Theatre in Los Angeles on the 14th of November. Nesmith will be sadly missed, and I always liked him in the Monkees, because I thought he was the funniest, with his bobble hat and hair sticking out from under it. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, he always was my favorite. I just found him really, really dry and really funny. A big welcome to the Lamb and Scott Guitars. He loved watching the Monkees as well. There we go. I watched them when I was a kid. And yeah, a real shame. Jeff Rock saying another light going out from our childhood. Yeah, it's so sad, but he had a pretty good innings, and I'm glad that he died peacefully as well. So there we go. Very sad, but I thought we'd mark the occasion. Hey, it's the Monkees. How many members are left in the Monkees? Papa Blue, I'm really not sure, mate. I think didn't Davy Jones pass? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm not sure, man. Maybe someone can answer that question. CGS, what do Stephen Stills and Charles Manson got in common? I don't know, mate. You tell me. You tell me. Thank you, Sean. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And it is just a little tip of the hat, tip of the bobble hat, I should say, to Micheal Nesmith. There we go. Easton Ray, I would agree with you on that as well. He was definitely a very, very good musician. He was responsible for writing quite a few of the Monkees' hits. Obviously, the Monkees were a manufactured band, but once they got rid of their management and started writing for themselves, Nesmith was very influential in the writing. Obviously, all the early hits and things like that were written by a team of writers, unlike the Beatles, of course. So there we go. Thank you very much. John ZD351 says Mickey Dolenz is the sole surviving member. Wow. Both were failed Monkees. Oh, man. Yeah, there we go. Hugh Caldwell confirming as well. Just Mickey left. Peter Tork died last year. Yep, absolutely. Yes, Davy Jones did pass. I was pretty sure he did. So pretty much just the one left now. Mickey Dolenz, and he's the drummer, wasn't he? I think he was the drummer, and he was the one. He also made me laugh because he had a really, really funny, scrunchy type face. But there you go. Hey, Cal B, good to see you in. Hey, everyone. Sad days for certain. So many great artists gone. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just trying to catch up on your chat here and see if there's any. Just the one, Mrs. Wembley. Love it. Love it. Awesome. So, right. Yeah, we have got a few bits and pieces to go through tonight. And, oh, hello. Ian Nunes says, oh, if I can grab it, Linda Ronstadt sang the song Different Drum, written by Micheal Nesmith. There you go. He was a really prolific writer. I think he was probably the best writer in the Monkees. But again, I will go back to the fact that most of their hits in the early days were written by a writing team. They weren't actually natural writers like the Beatles. They were manufactured in the US to take on the Beatles. And I think with the TV shows, they did a pretty good job, actually. It really, really made me smart. I used to love watching the Monkees because I love those little sped up sections where they were running around on the beach and things like that. Really, really good. There we go. Mark Dalton, great bit of advice there. I didn't know that at all. Neil Diamond wrote a lot of the early Monkees songs. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Easton Ray really loved that song, The Different Drum, that was written by Micheal for Linda Ronstadt. Really, really good guy. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see that. I saw your little tribute, Johnny. Really good job, man. Really good job. But yeah, of course, we're sad about anybody passing. Carole King too. What used to write for the Monkees? Wow. I hadn't heard that. I really hadn't. But that would be really interesting if that's what you're saying, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Or did Micheal write for Carole King? Did Micheal Nesmith write for her? I don't know. I doubt it. Because she's a great writer. I'm a Believer was written by Neil Diamond. What? that actually doesn't surprise me. And actually, I think that I'd love to do a Neil Diamond tribute, because I have to say, I think that a lot of his writing for himself as well is really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, the monkeys and the banana splits. Yes, they were the ones that also sped up the beach footage, and they had the doom buggies as well. Oh man, real reminiscing of our childhood here, which is really cool. Oh right, here we go. Pleasant Valley Sunday was written by Carole King. I thought it was that way. I'll get there in a minute. I thought it was that way round, because she really is a good writer. Yeah. Phil confirming that as well. Thank you so much. Oh, Neil Diamond wrote most of their hits. Okay, cool. There we go. BC Rich 581 saying Don Krishna wrote quite a few songs for them as well. Yeah. Phil remembers the banana splits as well, I think. Oh, we're 70s kids, man. 70s was great time for TV, wasn't it? Wasn't Herman's Hermits around that time too? I think they started in the 60s, and I think probably the Monkees and Herman's Hermits and the Beatles were all around at the same time. No way. Is that true? Is that really true? I'm going to have to look that up, man. Apparently, Mike Nesmith's mum invented Tipp-Ex. I'm going to look that up. Inventor of Tipp-Ex. Not that I don't believe you, man. It's just I think that would be so cool. Apparently, invented by Wolfgang Dabisch from Etzville, West Germany. So, but Betty Nesmith Graham was an American typist and invented correction fluid, not Tipp-Ex, but she invented liquid paper. So there we go. I wasn't going to doubt you there, man, but at the same time, I just wanted to double check. Wow. Yeah, Carole King wrote everything. You're right. Yeah, there you go. Just to confirm, she invented liquid paper, made a fortune at it, might be called something different in the EU. John ZD51, love 351, love the banana splits as well. So did I. Very interesting. You're a metalhead, but seen Neil Diamond in the early 80s, and it's one of the best shows you've ever seen. Yeah, he really is a great artist. I think I'm going to have to cover him at some time. I don't remember HR Huff and Puff and Stuff, sorry. I might be just a little bit young for that. It was a whiteout. Love it. Also known as whiteout, liquid paper. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Trevor Locke saying, CGS, I remember watching Why Don't You? Why don't you just switch off the TV and go and do something that's boring instead? Yeah, and multicolored swap shop as well. Wow, we really are reminiscing now, man. They were my youth years, definitely. Right, okay. Yep, so there we are. Michael Nesmith, we should say. Really sad loss, but at least he had reached a pretty decent age, and tis was, oh my word, Bam Mozzie, love it, yeah. Jorgen, we are live, my friend. Hey, and my axe, good to see you. Bit late to the party, busy day, and wanted to pop in and say hello. So good to see you, man. Yeah, we are live, mate. We are live, Jorgen. Excellent stuff to see you in as well. Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. I think that might have been a US thing. I certainly don't remember that one, man. You bought a Swap Shop single. I Want to Be a Winner by Brown Sauce. Wow. Oh, I love it. The Phantom Flam Flinger. Oh man, the Tiswas was such a messy show, wasn't it? Do you remember Rock School? I do indeed. And I'm just trying to remember the name of the guitar player, but she always played a PRS, and she was amazing. Happy Sunday to New York City. Pizza sucks. Wow. I can't believe that for a second. But great to see you in, brother. Really nice to see you. Okay. Who is jamming for us today? Nobody is jamming for you. Oh, sorry. Actually, I lie. CJ is jamming for us today. So there we go. Right, I should really get on with my next video because we've got 4 to get through. Oh man, Dunsey, I really hope your first live show went well yesterday, mate. I'm gonna watch it on catch up. As I said on Friday's show, we did plug it for you, man. But unfortunately, I've been on the sound desk, and also I teach on a Saturday. So I went straight from teaching to the sound desk, and then today I've been at panto rehearsals all day. So there we go. But I really hope it went well, and I'll catch up real soon. Oh, it was a pleasure for the shout out, man. No worries at all. Deirdre, you're right. Deirdre, it was. She was great, wasn't she? Thank you for that, brother. Right, here we go. Let's check out. I think let's do. I'll tell you what, you decide. It's either McCartney or the Foo Fighters next. I think I'm going to hang on to CJ until I see him in, or at least I hope I can see him in. So let me know if you want Paul McCartney and his management style, or the Foo Fighters not making the final of the Abu Dhabi Formula One. Oh, Jeff Rock, there he is. He says Foo Fighters. So that's what we're going to go with. Let's check it out.
Cancel F1 Abu Dhabi concert for medical reasons. The Foo Fighters rock band has called off its concert at the Formula One race in Abu Dhabi due to unforeseen medical circumstances, event organizers said Sunday. The organizers offered no further details about the medical issue, other than to say that Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters were unable to travel to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Sunday's concert. The band apologizes for any inconvenience or disappointment caused by this unexpected turn of events, the statement added. The band offered no immediate comment about the issue on its social media. Emirati state-linked newspaper The National quoted concert promoter John Licorice as saying that a member of the band was rushed to a hospital from an airport in Chicago, where the band stopped on the way to Abu Dhabi. He didn't elaborate on what happened but said the band managers had called him to cancel. The Foo Fighters last performed in Fresno, California, on Thursday and had been scheduled to end their rock tour in Abu Dhabi. I wonder which of the band have been rushed to hospital. This is quite worrying. Foo Fighters are one of my favorite bands, and I even covered a couple of their songs in one of my bands a while back. Dave Grohl is an awesome guitar player and also a fantastic drummer. The other members of the band include Nate Mendel, Pat Smear, Taylor Hawkins, Chris Shiflett, Rami Jaffe. Watch this space for news on the band, and whoever is ill, get well soon.
Yeah, I've no idea which one of them it was, but they got taken off the plane at Chicago and straight to the hospital. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for whoever that is. But they were meant to play at the Abu Dhabi F1, where actually Lewis Hamilton missed out on his 8th grand title today. I don't know if you saw, but basically there was a crash and that meant that the safety car came out, and everybody had to slow up behind it, and it meant that Lewis lost his 11-second gap on everybody else, and then lost the title, which is a real shame. But more of a shame that the Foo Fighters didn't play the end of it. Hey, Janice, good to see you in, and CJ, I can see you, man. Good. Really glad you're in here. And the Foo Fighters are a big inspiration to him, and he hopes that they're all well. Yeah, me too, man. Definitely. It really is a bit of a shame that they didn't play the end of that. I think they got a couple of DJs to do the sort of finish up there at the Abu Dhabi Formula One today. But there we are. Apparently, controversial here, but let's bring it up. The bass player, Nate Mendel, is an anti-vaxxer, so I could see him getting smacked with some sort of medical issue, but let's hope it's nothing really serious. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, Bam Mosley said maybe a positive test. Could be. Feel sorry for the F1 fans having to endure Stormzy. Oh, was it Stormzy? Okay, I love it. Yeah, he was robbed. Max Verstappen, that was it. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, literally overtook him on the last lap, which was just crazy. I only saw it on the news because I've been out at rehearsal all day. So unfortunately, I couldn't watch today. But there we go. We're talking about Chicago food here. Rico Beanies in Chicago has the best Italian steak sandwich. Wow. If ever I go to Chicago, I'll have to try it out. Yeah. Okay. So it's good that CJ's in. I have to say, CJ really touched me with the message he sent today. And if it's okay with you, CJ, because you put the video in portrait mode, I have actually put in some of the comments that you put in your email for me in the little piece that I've done with you in it tonight. So everybody can see just how much this wonderful community really helps when some of us get a bit poorly. So there we go. Just checking your comments. Yeah, okay. So there have been protests logged about the race, how the race ended today. Yeah, I don't think that's going to change though, man. I really don't. Yeah, you're making me hungry, and I've just had my tea. I love it. Best beef sandwich apparently is in New York City. Dave Lewis is telling us. Oh, wow. My goodness, Quentin, I'm glad to hear they're west and south of you, man. You're safe there in Louisville. And I guess Brad is as well, because you're just down the road from him, aren't you? But that's good news. I'm glad the tornadoes are missing you, man. Yep. Right, we're going back to that. He should have won, but they decided at the last minute to let the lap cars go, and Lewis had 4 cars and 14-second lead. Wow, gone by the safety car. And so Max switched to red tyres. Oh my goodness. There we go. CJ just confirming, no problems at all. He meant the comments. I'm absolutely sure you did, brother. And they were beautiful comments as well. Obviously, Trevor Locke, not a Formula One fan. Apparently, Hugh Caldwell saying best fish and chips is in Anstruther, Scotland. Not sure if I said that right, but there we go. Hey, Harlan Jackson. Good to see you, man. Real good to see you in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, it was a tactical win, I'm afraid, Jeff. Yeah, bit of a shame there. Oh, I'm taking my shoes off. There we go. That's a bit more comfy. So, yeah, it was a bit of a shame for Lewis Hamilton, but we are a guitar channel, so we're not going to dwell on the Formula One for long. I'm so glad CJ's in because I will play his video in a little while. But first of all, I'm going to play this little one that I've made up today as well from Paul McCartney. Now, as I promised you guys, if you want it, we can look into the Get Back series. But I think everybody and his dog is doing stuff on the Beatles Get Back thing at the moment. So what I've done is I've looked for other stories. And although this one has got a little bit of edited footage from Paul McCartney writing Get Back, this is actually about how much of a big difference Paul made to the Beatles. And you all know that he's my favourite Beatle, and also that I'm really impressed with his work ethic. But we know you're liking this. Oh, right. We know you're liking this. Hit that like. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Keith. Really appreciate it. And welcome in. I don't think I've said good evening to you this evening. So I hope you're really, really well. Let's do something on the rattles. Well, we could do, absolutely. But first, I'm going to check out this thing about the Beatles and Paul McCartney, because he really, really is literally the best Beatle, in my opinion. We'll have a vote on that after this little video, and after I've said thank you to my brother, Music Therapy Laz. Bless you, man. He says, sorry I went long, missed the beginning. Giveaways always fun. You were doing a giveaway tonight. Oh, man, let me give you one of these first before we get the Beatles thing. Thank you so much, brother. As always, never courted, but always, always appreciated. So, Pete Best forever, Ringo never. Well, I did a little thing about Pete Best a while back, and John Lennon always said that he just couldn't keep in time. So there we go. I'm not going to knock it because, you know, I want to see your dogs. What was that? I want to see your dog's review on the Beatles documentary. I don't have a dog. Oh, love it. Love it. I love you too, man. Thank you so much. So kind. Really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. How about Stu Sutcliffe? Well, yeah, he was in the band very, very early days, back as the Quarrymen, I think. But there we go. So let us dive in and look at this little video about Macca being an amazing manager. Here we go.
Lessons from Paul McCartney. The Beatles Get Back documentary, which is my pick for best movie of the year, showcases an underappreciated aspect of Paul McCartney. He's more than just an artistic genius, he's one of the greatest managerial talents of the last century. In a recent interview, Ringo Starr put it well, if Paul hadn't been in the band, we'd probably have made 2 albums, because we were lazy boogers. But Paul's a workaholic. John and I would be sitting in the garden taking in the color green from the tree, and the phone would ring, and we would know, "Hey lads, you want to come in? Let's go in the studio." Get Back presents a reality TV show version of this process in action. Almost everything that gets done goes through Paul. He is energetically testing and trying to improve musical ideas, whether his own or those of the group. He always seems focused. In one scene, while experimenting on the bass guitar for a few minutes, he seems to conjure up the song Get Back from virtually nothing. He has what Silicon Valley venture capitalists call founder energy. Chris Dixon, a partner at the VC firm Andreessen Horowitz and a professional judge of non-musical talent, tweeted how much respect he gained for McCartney by watching the documentary. The Beatles were one of the greatest startups of their generation. In addition to making music, they revolutionized social mores on a wide range of issues, including sex, drugs, fashion and politics. As for work ethic, McCartney has been writing and performing songs since 1956 with no real breaks. The sessions for the Let It Be concert and album, as portrayed in Get Back, started only a few weeks after the work on the so-called White Album was concluded. And after Let It Be was to come Abbey Road, the Beatles album where McCartney most clearly takes the lead. After the Beatles broke up, McCartney kept going. Many fans and critics prefer his work with the Beatles, but the totality of his achievements is jaw-dropping. He has 3 solo albums on which he plays every instrument, and he has composed in virtually every musical genre, including heavy metal, blues, music hall, country and western, gospel, Latin, pastiche, psychedelia, electronica, new wave, drone, lounge, reggae and more. Working with producer George Martin, he was one of the first popular musicians to master the use of the recording studio, in spite of having no technical background. He also learned how to compose for classical orchestra and wrote several major choral works, including the well-received Echichor Mume. His vocal range once spanned 4 octaves, and he is considered one of the greatest bass players of all time. The list of those he has collaborated with includes not only John Lennon and George Harrison, but also Ravi Shankar, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Elvis Costello, Carl Perkins, the Everly Brothers, Kiri Te Kanawa, David Gilmour, Kanye West and Rihanna. He studied the avant-garde and helped incorporate the ideas of John Cage and Karlheinz Stockhausen into popular music. He grew up in a very poor area of Liverpool. You still can visit the house and became music's first billionaire through royalties from songwriting, revenue from concerts and shrewd investments in royalty rights to others' songs. He also inherited money from his late wife. Well into his 70s, he was still putting on 2.5-hour live shows, a practice stopped only by the pandemic. He has been an active painter, published 2 children's books, and this year oversaw the production of the gorgeous 2-volume set, The Lyrics, a memoir of sorts told through his songs. He was also, by all accounts, a very active father, helping to raise 5 children. McCartney was not a perfect manager. At times he pushed Harrison too hard, and that led to Harrison threatening to leave the Beatles, as shown in Get Back, which resulted in a more general group dissatisfaction. In his solo career he has sometimes released subpar material and been too tolerant of less talented subordinates. Still, the point stands, the ranks of great founders and managers rightly includes people such as Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. But that list is longer and more diverse than is commonly believed, and Paul McCartney stands pretty close to the top of it.
So there we go. I really love Paul McCartney. I think he was the dog's bees. Jimmy Somerville was the singer, and Bronski, what was his first name? I can't remember his first name, was the keyboard player from Bronski Beat and started it. Yeah, Jimmy Somerville was the singer. Yeah, I noticed that actually. I'm not sure that my hair looks a lot different at the moment, man. Lennon, John Lennon, I'm not sure if he washed his hair once through Get Back. Well, he did actually. I think John washed his hair just before they did the rooftop concert because it was all fuzzy and out in the morning of that morning. But yeah, they didn't seem to wash it very much, did they? Wow, we're talking about the Ruttles a lot here. Yeah, Somerville had a really neat voice. Wow. Oh, there we go. You like the Hofners? Always wanted a copy of those for myself to play. Light as a feather, they are. Original 60s would be awesome. Yes, man. Thank you all for the very kind comments. I'm glad you like that. love Paul, but also like George. Oh, I loved all the Beatles. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Paul was the real writing talent. I know it was always Lennon and McCartney, but I think that McCartney was definitely a stronger writer. Certainly looking at their stuff after the Beatles. Okay, I know Dave Lewis is going to be angry with me now, but I don't think their first three albums, the first three Wings albums, were quite up to the muster. But I do think that when they got to Band on the Run, that was really amazing. Band on the Run was a great, great album. And actually, they had some diversity and not diversity issues with that, because the night before they went off to Nigeria to record Band on the Run, the drummer and the guitarist dropped out of the band. So it just ended up being Denny Lane, Linda and Paul McCartney, which was, when you think about how iconic now Band on the Run is, it just blows my mind. But there we are. I'm just looking down your comments. Legends in their own lunchtime. That Hofner bass just feels really weird to play, and it's impossible to intonate. Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know. Who is this Paul McCartney dude? Oh, man, you do make me laugh, Brad. Love you, brother. So funny. What else have we got? I'm just checking if there's any more questions for me. Right. Wow. Harrison's your favorite as well, Jeff. That's cool. I think Harrison wrote some really, really good numbers. But if you look back over the whole thing, I think Macca's numbers were, for me, a real masterpiece. Yeah, I do like Ram as well. Yeah, but Band on the Run, much, much better. Band on the Run's a masterpiece. There you go. There you go. Quentin, I like Yoko, I swear. Do you know what? One of the things I thought about in that that whole Get Back thing was that Yoko wasn't a bad influence on that film at all. I don't know, maybe Peter Jackson edited it so that we didn't see any of the issues that went on with Yoko. But to me, everything I heard her say was really, really positive. The only thing that wasn't positive is all that screaming and whining she did when she was singing. I couldn't stand that, I have to be honest. Harlan Jackson says the White Album was the first album I sat down and really listened to. Great, great album. Okay, Dave. John was my favorite. Wings, Wildlife, and Ram are still my most played. Yeah, okay. Well, I think you and I are gonna agree to differ on that. I respect the fact that lots of people love John Lennon, and I love John Lennon, don't get me wrong, because he was a huge part of the Beatles. It's just I've always been a Paul fan. In fact, as a kid, I wanted to be called Paul because of Paul McCartney, believe it or not. So there we go. Just checking out your comments. Here we go. I can't pick a favourite. This is MTL, but always appreciated Lennon's more creative writing. Though I love Paul, George, and Ringo. Together they were magic. Nobody can argue that, man. That's for absolute sure. Jet was the name of the pony. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Up in Scotland, that was how he wrote the song Jet. In fact, I was watching a documentary the other day on the making of Band on the Run. And everybody just wants to know how Paul writes. And Paul literally, as you see in Get Back, how he wrote Get Back is the way that he likes to write. He sits down, jams away on stuff, and just comes up with stuff. And it's really, really inspirational. And when it came to Jet was a pony, but then he turned the song into a woman, which I think, that's typical, really, typical of Paul. I am miles behind your chat at the moment. There we go. Bam Mosley's with me, I think. George, John, and Paul certainly had all the great solo songs, but McCartney also wrote Live and Let Die, so he wins. Trevor Locke. So anyway, what about ABBA's new album? We're talking McCartney, man. Wow. Wow. Dave Lewis has got a fretless McCartney bass. It's a great guitar, but a pain to play sitting down as it digs in under his ribs. Wow. The frog chorus too. Oh man. Boom, boom, boom. Aye, aye. Oh man, that was probably one of his funniest ever compositions. Let me see. Oh, apparently, according to the Lamb, Yoko influence was earlier during the White Album sessions. She had her bed moved into the studio. What? I haven't seen that, but man, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Cal B, I love you, man. Get real. We all know Ringo was the mastermind behind it all. Do you know what? Ringo actually writes some pretty decent songs as well. Just a lot of fun stuff, real toe tappy type stuff. Yoko was glued to John. I have to say that was a little bit annoying, but hey ho. BC Rich 581s never saw a fretless Hofner, but that would solve all the intonation issues. I bet that could fly down that. You could fly down that fretboard. There we go. I'm going to try and catch up with the chat. I'm so sorry I'm so far behind. There we go. Taylor 315. I'm with you on that. I just think his solo material was much better and also much, much more. Okay, let's be fair. John died in 80, but up to 1980, Paul had written a whole host more stuff. And that is what Ringo was saying about the Beatles. Without Paul, they wouldn't have had all the albums they had. They'd have just had a couple of albums. So there you go. You always wanted to be called The Edge. Not. Love it. How far behind the chat am I? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really going to try and catch up. Sandra, you've always wanted to be called Your Highness. Well, Your Highness, it's beautiful to see you in, and Nigel is delighted. I am just flicking down just to see. Yeah, you're right. The frog thing still made number one. What a crazy thing. Avron Gaunt says, I was a Ringo man as a kid, but I guess it's a four-way tie for me these days. They were all brilliant in that documentary. They really were. Dave's got all of Ringo's albums, but he never plays them. Oh, man. Love it. Look, it looks like I've pretty much caught up now, which is really, really good. And thank you for that, Sandra. Oh, I think that's for Nigel, not for me. Okie dokie. Right, we are nearly at 50 minutes. How do these days, these live streams go so fast? I just have the best time with you guys. I really do. I love hanging out with you. But we're getting towards the end, and we've got a 3-minute piece to see from my buddy CJ. So let's play that next. I hope CJ's still here. I really do. Look out in this video for the messages that he is sending to you guys in the community, because I totally agree with him. It's a beautiful statement he's made, and it really reflects how I feel about you guys as well, because you are the bomb. Let's check out CJ's version of my backing track. Here we go. Wow, I'm just going to keep that up for a little while I put out all these lovely, lovely comments, which just goes to prove what I've been saying and what CJ said about this wonderful, wonderful community. There we go. Nice job, CJ. Really good, CJ. Absolutely. Very nice. So there we are, folks. A really, really nice, not only great little bit of guitar playing there, and a really, really nice thin line style telly, but also I love those comments. That is exactly how I feel about this community. This is a really, really supportive community, and you really, really do make it so much easier to deal with health issues and things like that. I know CJ's had more than his fair share. Here we go, a few more beautiful comments here. Thank you. And CJ thanking everybody as well. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. The quality doesn't matter. We can see through it and hear through it. So there you go. Lovely way to finish up the show tonight, I think. And I can't believe again how quick this show goes. I did promise you all that I would make it between half an hour and an hour, but there you go. There you go, Mark. I totally agree. We have the best community on the internet right here on the CGS channel. I am so proud. I said this to so many people of late. I don't mind that my channel is quiet at the moment and not really growing. I don't worry about that, because the only thing I worry about is having such a support. So many of you out there are so kind. You're always here. We are always the same people in the live shows, and we have people that dip in and out and come in from time to time, but you are all such kind people. I also have to say that I'm glad that I've dropped a few of the trolly type people, because actually the majority of my videos over the last few months have had 100% like rating on them, and that means the world to me as well. We have got a beautiful place to hang out here, and that's why I love hanging out. There we go. Just hit that like. Bless you, Sandra. Thank you. Please do hit that like. Glad you made it here. I am glad you made it as well, Janice. Dennis. This is the best hang, no doubt. Bless you. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Deirdre Cartwright, Henry Thomas bass, and Jeff Nichols drums. You're sounding better, Mike. Sunday teeth. Well, I'm feeling very well, my friend. I am basically doing all the right things. I'm doing this this intermittent fasting, so I eat for about 2 hours a day now rather than all through the day, and I'm feeling really good. I'm not sure that the speech is getting any better, but I don't think it's getting any worse, which is really good stuff. Bless. Easily the nicest community on YouTube. Oh, Dennis, thank you so much. He's saying, feel so proud to be part of this group. It really means the world to me, guys. It really does. There we go. Everybody wishing everybody else a happy holiday. And don't forget to hit that like button. Bless you guys. Yeah, I always look forward to these. These are the highlight of my week. I really do love this. Obviously, there is other highlights in my week. I love picking my kids up from school, and I love hanging with my family, of course. But you guys really feel like family to me as well. Thank you, Bam Mozzie. Great show. Take care, my friend. Look after yourself. Always trying to, my friend. CGS, such a great channel and community. Super fun hanging out. Peace and joy. Jolly good show. Excellent show, CGS. Thank you. Jeff Rock says, CGS, seriously, Mike, channels like yours have helped so many people, especially over the last couple of years. Awesome stuff. Thank you, brother. You have helped me more than I have helped you. That is for absolute sure. Specifically, since I've had this whole health issue hanging over me, you guys have so supported me, and I can't thank you enough. So I think on that beautiful comment there, I'm going to say, as I always do, a big thank you to Bam Mozzie for being the ultimate moderator. A big thank you to everybody that's hung out tonight. You have yourselves a great week, and I can't wait to catch up with you on Friday. Take good care.